But yeah, thanks again for your presentation, and you too, Promethea. There was, I think, one question that I had left on the DI specific presentation. Where was it? Oh yeah, it was about the dimensioned systems parameter, like all the permutations that are prepared for the different amounts of system parameters, and I think it goes up to 16. So the question is, does that mean that's the limit, like in terms of parameter inputs for Bevy systems?
No, because essentially it works on tuples. So you can just put a tuple inside a tuple, and now you have unlimited parameters. It just gets kind of annoying.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So it's like cascading tuples then.
Yeah.
Well, if that's the case, why do we even need like all the different ones until 16? Shouldn't it be then like, I don't know, as soon as you support 2, you can support all the...
Technically, yes. It would just be because then it would be like open parentheses, first system, open parentheses, second system, open parentheses, third system, so on. And then you have like that many closed parentheses all in a row at the end. Not
I see.
Super fun.
Yeah. I get it. Okay. Well, as long as there are no other questions coming in from the audience, I would say my biggest question would be, is there anything planned in the future on these two different projects? I guess the dependency injection book, and in your case, Periwink after the Replicon support. What's the next big thing that you have in mind? Maybe you want to start, Promethea?
Currently, I don't have any specific plans for it. I kind of work on it when I have time and inspiration for it, and recently a little bit lacking in both. There are more topics, and I could maybe eventually expand to talking about how queries work or how automatic parallelization works and so on, but currently I'm focused on trying to build things more than anything.
Yeah, I see. But yeah, I think there was a question about the parallelization. I think this is definitely something that would be one of those, how the hell is this working under the hood, things that would probably enlighten a lot of people, like seeing a simplified version of how it actually works.
Yeah, I do think it's a pretty cool system. The funny part is just that half the time not doing it is faster.
Wait, do you mean like explicitly running the Bevy feature of disabling the multi-threading, or what do you mean?
Yeah, that can actually help your FPS, because a lot of the time your systems just don't do a whole lot, so bothering to get all that overhead for multi-threading doesn't actually make up for anything. It just makes it more expensive.
Interesting.
It is a very interesting problem to have that no one checked for kind of a while, of like, oh, that's maybe not a good default.
Yeah, so it boils down back again, as usual, to benchmark, right?
Yeah, I know that Nth in the Bevy Discord has been working on a new scheduler that could maybe change things and make it good for default. I haven't heard about that super recently, but I'm pretty sure it's still in the works.
Okay.
If I remember correctly, the scheduler was called Forte.
What would be the big different approach there to make it
more effective? I think it was called a heartbeat scheduler, whereas Bevy's is a work stealing scheduler. I'm not super up to date on the differences. Work stealing is kind of an industry standard scheduler type. Whereas Heartbeat, I hadn't really heard of much and seems to work pretty differently. The idea is just that the Heartbeat avoids some of the overhead that work stealing runs into that causes it to be so poorly performing for a Bevy engine game workload.
Interesting. Okay. Well, it sounds like I should reach out to them and try to get them on stage to talk
that'd be super cool. I'd love to hear about it. I think they already gave a talk about it too.
Sorry?
I think they already gave a talk about it too.
Well, perfect. Then it's not even much of preparation effort. Okay, cool. So yeah, I guess you're open for ideas. If people want to learn about something specific that would touch on the Bevy ECS, you would be reachable on Discord, I guess, or on your book's issue tracker, correct?
Yeah, both. Open to ideas. Not necessarily going to get to it because, of course, I do need time and inspiration. But
well, at least the inspiration part could be dealt with then.
Maybe.
Cool. Okay, Periwink, what's after Replicon migration on the roadmap for you?
I don't think there's anything specific on the roadmap, but there's a lot of open issues in the repo. I think I have more than like 100 open issues. So yeah, there's always things to fix and things to improve. Like all the examples that I showed are still like fairly simplistic, but in networking, there's a lot of cases that are pretty hard to handle. I think like moving platforms, lag compensating bullets that can like maybe hit a lag compensated platform. Like there's a lot of extra like edge cases that you can think of.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, maybe like tackling things like that.
Yeah. Do you get a lot of contributions on Lightyear?
Yeah, a fair amount. Maybe
is there like if someone wanted to join and support you, is there like simple easy entry tickets or issues?
Not right now. Yeah, that's something I need to set up.
Nice. Okay. Well, one thing that I always like to ask is what is on the Bevy roadmap that you're excited about? Perry, do you want to start?
Sure. Let me think about it. I mean, there's a lot of things, honestly. Like the Forte thing, I had heard about it as well. I had checked the code actually. Like it's pretty impressive, and it's something that I've been waiting for because I think it would speed up, especially the parallelism for small and quick writing systems. And there's some improvement around queries that I'm pretty excited about and that I was like working on. For example, like right now, when you want to query, you can only query a single entity. You query the components for a single entity, but there might be changes where you can query components for an entity and related entities. So like components from their children or things like that. Like basically traverse the graph of a given hierarchy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like things like this are pretty exciting.
So this would be encoded in your query then? Like you would say, hey, I want this component, but I want it also on a hierarchical like traversal of all my children or whatever generic relationship?
I would say like child of and then generic like query child of T, for example, and then query like those components from the child current entity, things like that, nested queries.
Yeah. Yeah, I think there's a lot of like exciting things that I see in ECSs outside of Bevy, like Flex and whatnot, that are supporting some more of those kind of things, right? Would be really cool to get more of that as well.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay. Finally, not the classic editor that's mentioned. All right, Promethea, what about you?
I hadn't heard about those nested queries, but I would be very excited to see that. That's something I've wanted every single time I do something related to relationships. It's like when relationships finally landed in Bevy, I was like, oh, great, this will make so much code easier. I mean, it's better, but like not as much as I was hoping because we need the multiple entity queries for it to actually be as good as Flex.
Yeah.
Other things are BSN, obviously. That's huge. That'll be very nice. And also UI improvements. I'd be very interested to see more stuff coming along for UI other than BSN to be a lot nicer to work with.
You mean like specific widgets or what exactly?
Widgets,
because there's a lot of improvements in the latest releases, right, in terms of UI.
Yeah, so widgets, reactivity, I think is something they're heading towards. Stuff like that, just general improvements across the board.
Do you have are you up to date on what the current direction is in terms of reactivity?
Not completely. I've seen discussion here and there, but mostly I pay attention to like high-level engine development. I'm not as certain about what specifically is being worked on at all times.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, sorry.
No, go ahead, Periwink.
Yeah, let me amend my answer. I saw someone in chat mentioned many-to-many relations. That's probably actually the biggest thing that I need, because every entity replicated on Lightyear, there's like a relation telling like which client is it replicated on. And so I'm actually using many-to-many relations, because an entity can be replicated on multiple clients, and the client can replicate multiple entities. And right now I'm using kind of my hand-rolled implementation, which might not be as efficient as like something that Bevy would provide. So yeah, that's something that I'm really waiting for.
Are you following I mean, I think there is like 1 or 2 proposed PRs on how to implement it, right? Are you familiar in like the terms of approaches?
Yeah, I've seen those PRs. Yeah.
Is the one that you hand-rolled similar, or is it like
yeah, I think it's pretty similar.
I guess it's in the end somewhat of a pivot like entity in between that goes then in like both directions, end to end, or
not really. It's mostly that, you know, in current relations, the child entity has an entity that points to the parent, and the parent has a vector. And in this case, instead of a single parent entity, you could have like, I think, a hash map or a hash set of parents. So you could have multiple parents, something like that.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting. Making UI more read. Yeah, I'm just checking if there's anything in chat that I missed, because thanks for pointing that out. Okay, cool. And I didn't check yet. Since we just saw the release of Bevy 0.18, is it already up to date for Lightyear? Like, do you already support that?
Yeah.
Nice. Was there any change that affected Lightyear for like really?
Not really. I mean, the problem is that I have to wait for all the other dependencies to release. I have to wait for Avian and like a bunch of other packages. So yeah, it takes a bunch of time.
Happens every time.
Yeah.
Although, I mean, Avian was pretty quick, like not doing the whole feature release, but just like a Bevy support release. That was pretty early this time. So
Yeah.
what other big dependencies do you have? You mentioned the input dependencies, right?
Yeah, the input dependencies. There's this
right now you're on like the different transport layers, I guess. That you support?
No, there's this grid called Aeronet, which was introduced maybe a year ago, which is really, really good, and which handles basically like the logic of handling WebSocket, web transport, like all these different transports.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's probably not Bevy specific even, right? So it isn't affected by Bevy releases, I guess.
Oh no, it's Bevy specific. It's like Bevy.
Okay. Okay, I see. Awesome. Yeah, I don't think I have any other question. Let me quickly check if there was anything else coming up from the audience side. Nope. So yeah, thanks again, you two. Is there any question that I should have asked that you want to ask the other?
I'm good.
Yeah, same. Oh, and thanks for hosting.
Awesome. No, thanks for you guys really taking the time. This is obviously not an easy ask to do on busy schedules, to present and prepare presentations like this. So it's really appreciated, and thank you so much. And yeah, I'm gonna close this one, and hopeful that people step forward, maybe Nth for the aforementioned presentation for the future. But if you have any other candidates that you want to pitch me to, just reach out on Discord. Give me hints of who I should poke, and I will try to get more interesting content up on the meetup.
Yeah, cool.
All right, big hands from the chat again for the amazing speakers and presentations, and thank you so much.
Thanks.